to be sharing with you how I organized all of our homeschool books. If you are new to my channel, my name is Michelle and this is A Common Life. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 kids, ages 4 through 12, and I like to keep my homeschool supplies and my homeschool room very, very simple. I will link my homeschool room tour up above so that you can check it out, but you will be able to see very quickly that I do not like to keep a lot of things out. I like everything to be in its place and be very well organized. About a year ago, I participated in a collab where I had to choose a certain place in the house to organize. And I chose my pantry because I wanted to organize all of the food in there, and also it used to be the place where we kept our homeschool supplies. I decided this January that I did not want my homeschool supplies in my pantry anymore. It just made things really messy and cluttered, and I wanted the pantry to be a more useful space for me. So what I did is I brought all of my homeschool books upstairs to the office, and then I took my time organizing absolutely everything. I moved my sewing table out of the room into the closet where I was keeping all of my craft supplies, and I went through all of these papers and all the boxes and all the stationery and everything so that I could create a better space for me to be able to store all of our supplies. The very first thing that I did was assemble 2 of those cube shelves, and then I got all of the supplies ready to go. I had to go through every single book and every single piece of supplies to figure out what I actually wanted to keep and what I wanted to give away. I ended up selling a lot of my curriculum on Instagram. Make sure you check out my Instagram account. It is A Common Life, and I share everything on there from homeschooling to motherhood and everything in between. And it's also where I like to share curriculum as well. So after I pared everything down big time, I went ahead and put it back on the shelves. I cannot even tell you how happy it makes me to look at these shelves. Whenever I pass by the office, I just feel so happy because it looks so clean and so tidy, and I just love this space. It is probably like my favorite space in the whole house, maybe with the exception of those rainbow drawers, but the white cube shelves, I just love them. So at the very top, I just have some pretty things there that bring me joy. And then I have my laminator, which I use all the time, and I just found some really cheap photo laminating sheets, so I'm going to be using those as well. My globe is there, which we don't really use for homeschool, so I brought it up to the office. And then I have a box of all of my cards and stationery. Then all of these rainbow drawers are organized with all different types of things that I use, not so much for homeschool, but for me. Then I have all of my favorite homeschool and mother books. I have Catholic books and then a lot of Sally Clarkson books, I'm sure you can see there. Actually, it looks like almost all of those are Sally Clarkson books. And then there's Teaching from Rest, which I just read this January. I highly, highly recommend that. Teaching from Rest by Sarah Mackenzie is one of the best books a homeschool mom can read. Then I have all of my Charlotte Mason books. I actually got these for free. Can you believe that? They were in a library sale and I grabbed them up. It wasn't even a sale, it was just giving away books. And so I have the entire set. I would highly recommend that as well for any homeschool mom, even if you're not a Charlotte Mason homeschooler. And here are some of my classical books like The Well-Trained Mind, which is another staple, and then some books about raising children. So Sensitive Children and Spirited Children, and then Stephen King's On Writing, which is just one of the best books, and I plan on reading that with my kids when they're a little bit older. Then we have just some more homeschool supplies like a microscope and some slides, and those are my Classical Conversations timeline cards under there, which we don't use, but I don't want to get rid of them. A scale, and then some little numbered coins. Then below that is all of our writing curriculum, spelling curriculum, Latin, and history. I kind of put these all together because we're not using any of these right now, but they're things that I want to hang on to. And then this next section here is history and geography, art and literature, which I combined here. And once again, we're not using these, but we will be in the future, especially with my younger boys. Then I have their travel and nature journals, which we do use from time to time, writing and grammar, and then the kindergarten books for Eric. And here are my planner supplies, my washi tape, stickers, and my Happy Planner hole punch. And below that are just some other supplies, flashcards, bingo games, things like that. This top drawer is just kind of a hodgepodge of different things. Then we have those bingo games, time bingo, math bingo, phonics bingo, lots of different things in there. I think there's even like a Clifford bingo under there somewhere. And then these are all of the different flashcards that I use with the kids. So anything from math to nouns to letters, and there's even some Old Testament and New Testament flashcards in there as well. Then over here is just kind of some storage. I have some Usborne art cards and some quotable Shakespeare cards. Here is just a hodgepodge of different things as well. Some little books, some special writing paper, the Big Life journal, and then just lots of other things that I plan on using in the future, but we are not using right now. Lots of things that I got at Ollie's for really, really cheap because they have great homeschool books. Then lots of spiral notebooks and composition notebooks and all of my kids' colors. And then now we have come over to the rainbow shelf. On top of the shelf is all of my cards and stationery. Then I have some things for loss support. I used to run a nonprofit that helped women who had miscarriages and stillbirth, and so I still keep those things so that I'm able to give them to friends who have a miscarriage or suffer loss. Then I keep some large envelopes in this drawer. And then below that are some other envelopes. I have a lot of envelopes. At one point, my dad gave me just a ton of envelopes. And then here we have laminating pouches, dividers, and page protectors. And those are definitely homeschool things that we use on a very regular basis. And I just keep the dividers in there because we end up using them at the beginning of every single school year. Then I have some legal paper here, which we use for the printer. I don't use it very often. And then some lined paper, which we really do not have enough lined paper. I need to go pick some of that up really soon. Then below that is some cardstock paper. I need more of that too. Below that are a ton of those project protectors. I got those all free at one point and I've just hung on to them in case the kids need to use them. Then below that we have some more notebooks, and these are not all specific to their colors because we do color code them. They're just a bunch of extra ones. And then at the very bottom are lots of different folders. I like to kind of color code those too. So those are the ones that aren't color coded. So here is basically everything that we use. As you can see, none of the markers or glue or tape or scissors or rulers are up here. I keep all of those downstairs in the homeschool room. These are all of the things that I do not use as often, but I want to be easily accessible if I need them. All I have to do is run up the stairs to the office and grab something if I need it. And honestly, since it's so organized now, I can even just send the kids up here and ask them to grab something for me. It makes it really quick and easy. So I mentioned all of the curriculum that I sold or gave away. Well, that is it. That entire box is full of curriculum that I just didn't really need anymore. So some of these things I sold, some I gave away, some I donated, and a few of them I'm actually saving for a giveaway. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell so that you can be updated when I do that giveaway so that you can try to win some of the things that I have here. I had so much curriculum that I had purchased over the years that I really didn't know what to do with. And so I thought rather than holding on to it since we're not using it, I might as well give it away or sell it so that other people can use it for themselves. So that was just really freeing. I always love getting rid of things. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love clearing things out and making things simpler. So that is what I did here. And I just love this space now. It makes me so happy to see how clean and organized it is. Lots of people have asked me about these little pieces of art that we have on our wall in the office. And since my craft videos never do very well, I thought I would just let you know what I did. It was so simple. I bought some canvases and some spray paint in a color that I prefer. Obviously, I love turquoise. And all I did was find some branches and leaves out in the backyard. I laid them down on top of the canvas and then I just spray painted. That is literally all that I did. It was so incredibly simple. So something easy that you can make as well. We are now in our 6th year of homeschooling, and if there's one thing that I've learned over the years, it is to keep it simple. I went overboard so many times, and I've shared this in recent videos as well, where I just planned too much, bought too much, and just did too much. And it really hurt our homeschool. So if there's any piece of advice that I can offer you, whether you're a veteran homeschooler or a new homeschooler, or if you're just even considering homeschooling, I would say keep it simple. Buy as little as you possibly need. And as your kids are younger, do things as easily as you possibly can. You don't need to go out and buy curriculum for a 4-year-old. You really don't. You can sit down with them, read together, teach them their letter sounds, look at colors and shapes and numbers, but you don't need to do a formal curriculum for a very young child. Now let me add that all of our children are very different. So if your 3 or 4-year-old loves workbooks, then pull out the workbooks. But I would just say don't invest a lot and don't buy too much until you're really sure what you want to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy these organizing videos, please let me know by clicking the like button, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a great day.